All right, are you ready for this? Some experimental political theater. Pretend it's the fall of 2016 all over again. The presidential campaign is heating up. It is debate night. This time, though, the genders are reversed. Let me introduce you to the participants here. We have the moderator. Then we have Brenda King, the Republican nominee, a.k.a. Donald Trump. And then we have on the other side of the stage, Jonathan Gordon, the Democratic nominee, a.k.a. Hillary Clinton. And as we pick things up, it is Jonathan Gordon who is speaking.
Well, I actually think the most important question of this evening, Chris, is finally, will Brenda King admit and condemn that the Russians are doing this and make it clear that she will not have the help of Putin in this election, that she rejects Russian espionage against Americans, which she actually encouraged in the past? Those are the questions we need to have answered. We've never had anything like this happen in any of our elections before.
Well, that was a great pivot off the fact that he wants open borders, okay? How did we get on to Putin?
Hold on.
Wait,
hold on, because this could end up getting out of control.
So just to finish on the borders?
Yes.
He wants open borders. People are going to pour into our country. People are going to come in from Syria. He wants 550% more people than Barack Obama, and he has thousands and thousands of people. They have no idea where they come from, and you see, we are going to stop radical Islamic terrorism in this country. He won't even mention the words, and neither will President Obama. So I just want to tell you, he wants open borders. Now we can talk about Putin. I don't know Putin. He said nice things about me. If we got along well, that would be good. If Russia and the United States got along well and went after ISIS, that would be good. He has no respect for him. He has no respect for our president. And I'll tell you what, we're in very serious trouble because we have a country with tremendous numbers of nuclear warheads. 1,800, by the way, where they expanded and we didn't. 1,800 nuclear warheads, and he's playing chicken. Look,
wait.
Putin, from everything I see, has no respect for this person.
Well, that's because he'd rather have a puppet as president of the United States.
No puppet.
And it's pretty clear. You won't admit that the Russians have engaged in cyber attacks against the United States of America, that you've encouraged espionage against our people, that you were willing to spout the Putin line, sign up for his wish list, break up NATO, do whatever he wants to do, and that you continue to get help from him because he has a very clear favorite in this race. So I think this is such an unprecedented situation. We've never had a foreign government trying to interfere in any of our election. We have 17 intelligence agencies, civilian and military, who have all concluded that these espionage attacks, these cyber attacks, come from the highest levels of the Kremlin, and they are designed to influence our election. I find that deeply disturbing.
He has no idea whether it's Russia, China, or anybody else.
Well, I am not quoting myself here. I am quoting
Jonathan,
17.
You have no idea.
17. Do you doubt
our
17 military and civilian agencies?
I doubt it.
Well, she'd rather believe Vladimir Putin than the civilian and military intelligence professionals who are sworn to protect us. I find that just absolutely
because
terrifying.
Putin has outsmarted him at every step of the way. Excuse me. Putin has outsmarted him in Syria. He's outsmarted him every step of the way.
I do get to ask some questions.
Yes, that's fine.
And I would like to ask you this direct question. The top national security officials of this country do believe that Russia has been behind the attacks. Even if you don't know for sure whether they are, do you condemn any interference by Russia in the American election?
By Russia or anybody else? No idea.
17, do you doubt
our
17 military and civilian agencies?
I doubt it.
Well, she'd rather believe Vladimir Putin than the civilian and military intelligence professionals who are sworn to protect us. I find that just absolutely
Putin because
terrifying.
Putin has outsmarted him at every step of the way.
All right, that was a scene you just saw from a new off-Broadway show here in New York. It's going to be opening off-Broadway later this month. It is called Her Opponent, and that is a reenactment of those presidential debates you saw last fall with the genders reversed. What a fascinating idea. Let's talk to this cast, and let's talk to this man right here, Joe Salvatore. I have been seeing things that I didn't notice when I watched the real Donald Trump and the real Hillary Clinton. Seeing some of the comments from your audience, a lot of people say it seems the most common reaction is, Now I get it. Now I know why he won.
Yes, that's one of the most common things that we hear is people can see the technique that he used in these debates. People can see how he kind of lands his message repeatedly in very short, simple statements.
Let me talk to the cast here. Rachel Tuggle-Wharton, you're playing Brenda King. You're playing Donald Trump as a female candidate.
Yeah.
What did you learn about Donald Trump in the process?
I learned that there are certain things that I can kind of tell when he truly cares about something. That I had trouble deciphering that when I was listening to him speak that message, but actually going back through and listening over and over and speaking his words, I think I've discovered a little bit of the moments where he really is talking about something he truly, genuinely cares about.
How about on the other side here? This is fascinating. Darrell Embry, during the campaign, this was a delicate issue, I think, for people in the media to talk about, this issue of Hillary Clinton. Is she likable? The pushback you'd always get from her campaign is don't say that. There's gender issues there. And yet a lot of the reaction I'm seeing to this play from people who see it is they look at your character, the Jonathan Gordon character, and they say, unlikable.
Yeah, they do. It's been kind of a fascinating thing for us to process that as well. I mean, I think as an actor, my job is just to do Hillary as Hillary did Hillary, and not think about is she likable or is she not likable. But this is the way she delivers this, and this is when she talks to the camera, and this is when she smiles, and this is when she laughs.
What are some of the contrasts you see, though, playing her the way you are against a character like this? What are the contrasts that come clear to you?
Well, one of the big contrasts is focus. Right, so in the debates that we're looking at, Hillary looks mainly at the camera or at the moderator, and only a handful of times does she make eye contact while she's speaking with Brenda King or Donald Trump. So that was an interesting thing for us. Whereas Brenda is always really giving the focus all the way to Hillary or to Jonathan the whole time. So that was one of the really fascinating things, was her focus, and also the way she would react or not react to certain things that he would say. Is she stonewalling, or is she going to laugh it off and divert and go a different direction? So we'll learn about her tactics as well.
And quickly, let me get Chris Wallace, the moderator here, Andy Wagner. Did your impressions change? Did your understanding of the election and the result change by doing this?
Yeah, I think it did. I think I had a perspective on and an opinion on both of these people, and then I think just seeing it reverse like this, I think it really strips away any sort of bias that you have before you actually watch them, and you get to actually dive into their words themselves and the message that these two candidates are actually speaking about. With any preconceived notions that you might have in these two people, they just kind of get stripped away. You really just, it boils down to what they're saying, what their message was during the debates.
It is absolutely fascinating. Again, this is going to be an off-Broadway play opening later this month. People have a chance to see it. They can check it out, called Her Opponent.
Yes.
This is a great idea. This is a fascinating thing to watch. Thank you all for coming in and doing this.